Hi, welcome to more. Um, Today I want to share how I overcame, for the most part, um, my fear of heights. And from my perspective, in my mind, it was crazy. Um, yeah, so I don't think I overcame my fear 100%, but um, for the most part, it's gone, and that's a plus. So it didn't happen overnight, obviously. Um, I don't know. I don't know, like why, like how did it happen? Like the fear. I don't know how it appeared. The most important part is that it just made it like um, go, and um, yeah. So it didn't happen overnight, and yeah, I had like this fear of heights, um, and I realized that something was wrong, and like I wanted to do something, but I didn't know what. You know, I wasn't like I didn't go to a therapist. I didn't do like but I realized it was a problem when it was affecting my social life. It was interfering with my social life. Like I couldn't be normal. I realized that it wasn't. So I was telling myself that I was uh, I was trying to find comfort in the idea that, oh, it's a phobia, and okay, and that's it, and I shouldn't fix it in any way. It's a phobia, and that's it. And I just couldn't accept the fact that this is it. Like, I'm going to be like that for the rest of my life. And no, like, not disrespect or anything like that, but there are people that like 40 plus that are like they're afraid to fly. They're afraid, like, going on airplanes. They're afraid of, like, everybody's got a bunch of fears. You know it's okay, and it's good to admit, right? Like, hey, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. So I was like afraid of heights, and not necessarily like I'm not afraid. I was never afraid of flying. You know, I didn't have that fear, but I was when I felt like I was too far from the ground, if that makes sense. If I felt like I was super like up, I was like when I felt like in my mind it was a huge distance between me and the ground. I was panicking, and there are places like the mall or like bridges that I couldn't cross. I couldn't, like, my legs weren't connecting. I was stopping, and I was feeling literally sick. My legs wouldn't connect into my, I don't know, whatever, right? They couldn't function. I couldn't give the legs the command to walk, and I was feeling like I was about to faint, like go to drop to the ground, like go down, right? And I was staying super far away from, even if it wasn't like huge distance, like from the ground. In my mind, it was insane. Like it was almost like I don't know, I was having this thought or feeling of danger, even though the danger was never there. It was just a false evidence appearing real, which my mentor Ralph Smart taught me. That's what fear stands for. Fear, false evidence appearing real. Um, right. So I don't know. I was having this feeling like you're in danger. You're in danger. You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall. Like watch out, watch out. And I was always like, and that happened a couple of years ago. Like I want to say 2000 and probably 23, 2024. I'm not sure. So yeah, it was horrible. And as I was saying, I was having this thing with the like danger, like oh you're in danger, stay away. Stay away. And I was staying away from the how you call it, like from the thing that you hold to the bridge. I don't know. Anyways, I was saying close to what I was saying far away from what I was thinking. It was dangerous for me, and yeah, I realized that I was you know I was going on some places like I was often going on going at some places that I was forced to uh, face my fear. One, there was this bridge because I used to like uh, bridges, I should say, but more specifically, there was this bridge that I was super afraid of. Maybe two actually. Um, uh, I mean, there were a lot, three bridges, but two that I was super scared of, super afraid. Right? Uh, I used to walk a lot of distances, a lot of steps. Like I don't know, say like probably like a lot of steps, right? A lot of kilometers. Um, so I was crossing that bridge, and I was walking super slowly, and I was afraid. I was always staring at that bridge, and I was making sure that I'm as far away as possible from that bridge. And yeah, so I was going at these bridges, and uh, there's this subway station, which it has like a I call it like a first floor, second floor, round. I don't know, right? It had like a thing that I was looking over. I was looking down. And I was like, man, it's too far. Like I'm too high up. I'm scared, right? So I was forced. I was kind of like forced. Knew that it wasn't like it wasn't my routine to go to these places. And funny enough, I walked through at these places my whole life, but at some point, and I cannot tell you like how it happened. Like I don't know, like the reason, what was the um the thing that made me go anxious, but it happened. And these places I was forced, as I said, to go to. um and I was like, yeah, okay, I have to at some point destroy this fear, right? I realized, okay, this is a problem, and I got to do something about it. uh, and I don't know, I so my plan, I came up with a strategy of, okay, not every day, but every other day, I will force myself to go on these places, like those bridges, to go and those places that I feel like I have, like my legs don't work and I am about to faint. And in my mind, the fear was going super crazy because there was people around me. And I was like, okay, people see me. I'm scared. I mean, I'm more afraid than I was yesterday, right? I'm more afraid than you know you know, I don't care if I'm on ground and if I know that I'm safe. I don't care if people walk past me or if they are around me. But when I was afraid and when I was at a place that I considered to be super high, I was thinking like, man, people go past me, like next to me, and like the fear was getting, I don't know, it was even scary. It was scarier. right? To be at that place, mentally and physically. Like I was afraid. I was more afraid to be there, like physically be there. The fear mentally was like even crazier, scarier, right? So as I said, every other day I was forcing myself. I'm like, okay, I have an issue. The only way to face it, the only way to destroy it, is if I force myself into these situations. If I go there and face the fear in a way, in a sense, right? So I went there. I was having like a plan, like going there every other day when I had the chance, and not backing up, not giving up, or like saying that I'm gonna do it and then last minute, I'm gonna give up. No, I was actually doing it, and you know, I did that again and again and again in repetition, and I realized, hey, it's not that bad. And the next thing you know, I'm getting closer to the bridge, and I'm getting closer to the point where to that place where I feel like I'm about to fall, but I'm not falling because it's impossible to fall because there's this thing that can hold you, and I don't know what it's called right now. Anyways, and I went to that subway station, and I went to those places where I felt like I was about to fall, and doing it and realizing it, and I was afraid to look over because I thought that, oh, this is super high, I'm like super far away from the ground. And doing that repeatedly helped me, you know, overcome my fear of heights. That's the thing. I didn't do something special, right? I, you know, that's the only thing that I did. I got used to the idea that I have to do this. I was thinking like, hey, this is not normal. To be like this, to have this fear is not normal. I have to do something about it. I either force myself, I don't know. I was like, okay, I'm forcing myself to do this. It's not normal. At some point, like I was going out and I had to, to look to. I don't know. I had to. I was actually feeling, as I said, like I had this weird feeling in my legs. I don't know. The idea is I overcame it. From time to time, I might have this small thought, but it's like, it doesn't, I guess it's not that huge in my mind anymore. And for the most part, it's okay. For the most part, we got it. For the most part, we figured it out. For the most part, uh, for the most part, like, you know, this this is how I did it. I didn't went to a therapist. I didn't do, like, I don't know. That is what I did. I got used to the idea. Like, hey, gotta do this. Everybody does this. I don't know, man. But I'm glad I did it. I'm glad, like, everything turned out to be all right, obviously. And I don't know. That's the story of how, like, I overcame my fear of heights. And yeah, take care.